There was this, radio show back in the 1950s that kind of predicted everything that you're seeing, at least in the area of the family, in 2024 and even prior to 2024, right? You think that this problem was not predicted. A lot of times people in the past predicted a lot of things that would happen today and even tomorrow. But I want you to listen to this, and I want you to hear how accurate it is into 2024.
My friends, a time is coming when women will leave the home and go into the world blindly, and yet feel that they are our equals. They will quickly become entitled, as we men will tell them any and everything they want to hear, because we will have no one to come home to. As their egos become more inflated by their vast amount of suitors, and yes, there will be vast amounts because we men are hunters by nature, the women will take longer to decide which of these men should become their life partner. The longer they take, the more hollow they will become, as they will end up in bed with most of these men, with each of these men taking away pieces of them. Once they do find a long-term partner, they will never be satisfied, as they enjoyed being preyed upon. This will lead them to leave their marriage and go back out into the world, seeking someone else to complete their hollow core. Sadly, this cycle will continue until they are in their 40s and are no longer desirable prey. But what of the children, you might ask? Yes, what of the children? Indeed. The home life that we value will be no more. Most of these women will have children by several different men, while others will have no children at all, as they will go to extreme measures to prevent this from happening. My friends, I hope you value your family today, as your children will not be so fortunate tomorrow. I can only pray that God watches over them through life. What a world it will be. With that, I will say good night. I hope you've enjoyed this look into the future.
Now, if you want to destroy a nation, do you think that destroying a nation just with bombs or with bullets, that can damage some things, but you can repair that. If you want to destroy nations, you destroy the traditional family. And we see in America, even everything that, this particular radio program stated has happened, and it's been a direct assault. It's been a direct destruction on the traditional family here in America. The main reason why a lot of men has even thrown their hands up in even America and just kind of say, I don't even want to date nobody. Because everything is out of order. Everything's completely out of order. It should not be the way it is. You heard the man said that, they get so used to being preyed upon, then by the time they get in their 40s, now they want to settle down, or they get, late. And that's exactly what you see today. You see that verbatim. You see some of them say, I don't even want to have no kids. Or if they don't want to be responsible, then they want to go out there and have some reproductive justice, if you know what I'm talking about, right? And that's what some of the motivation with the previous election that we just had. Now, I don't get political too much on this channel. I leave the politics to my other, news platforms. But that was some of that go along with that. It's just a lot of open rebellion that you see. You see the promotion of alternative lifestyles, anything that is against the traditional family. And when you saw this election, a lot of the people that's not talking about some of this situation is that a lot of men came out, just men of all communities, came out and say, okay, enough is enough of this crap. Enough is enough with this promotion of all these alternative lifestyles. We got to defend our girls. We got to defend women. We got to defend the bathrooms. Look, enough is enough. We got to reset this thing. Because if men don't step up and protect the traditional family, you won't have a nation. It's just bottom line. We are here to lead. That's what we're supposed to do in all our respective communities. Men are supposed to get together and lead in their nation. Understand? It is not supposed to be on the women to lead, to carry the load. And then when they do are leading or carrying the load, it usually break them down pretty quick. They get sick. It makes them old a lot faster than what it happens to us as men. Why? Because that's just not, listen, you can say what you want to say, but you have the natural order that God himself set up, right? And of course, they're going to be rebelling against that. But it always goes back to that, because how many times these same ones that's rebellious want to call you broke or whatever because they want you to be doing something for them. Well, you only do something for your wife. You only do something for your children. That's what you're actually commanded to do. You understand? But you see where society has gone. And they have done studies to say women today are more unhappy today, even though they have more access to things than they ever been in the living society. Just more unhappy. Why? Because they're not married. They're not married. Why? because men control marriage, period. Because men have to look at the consequences if they just can up and leave a marriage. This is why I hope politically they redo no-fault divorce to make it where it's a consequence no matter who do it, and it won't break just one party, it'll break both. So you'll think twice before you decide to just jump out of it just because you want to. You understand? So our children, as the man said, what if our children, look at the children in society, not growing up in a two-parent household. Some of them are choosing to lay up with men. They know he's no good. They know that man is no good. They know he's no good. But then after they get children from other men, now here they want to come to one of you decent men and say, oh, well, and play, especially in the black community, oh, well, a real man take on, like they're playing a real man. What? No. That's why I tell men, if you don't have no children, you don't have to deal with anybody else's children. Let them go get with a man that already got children, and they got a lot more in common. I'm a firm believer single mothers need to get with single fathers, period. Y'all got a lot in common. Y'all understand. Y'all gonna have that conversation. But we don't need to be having a bunch of single mothers and single fathers running around here with multiple children, because you got men doing that too. You understand? We need to have people that's going to get together and build viable families and stay together in those families. When you make commitments, you don't just bail just because times get hard. Times will get hard financially. Times will get hard, with an illness. Times will get hard just in a relationship. I mean, you gonna go through ups and downs in life, man. But usually from what I see through my ups and downs I've had, once I've got over that down, man, the other side of it is 10 times better. And I'm like, I kind of glad I went through that, let's say that one issue, because I wouldn't have appreciated where I'm at today if I didn't go through certain issues, certain loss, or whatever the case may be. But men, we have to reestablish the traditional family order. It's going to be on us to do so. I'm a firm believer in not telling women what they need to do, and women need to do this, and women need to stop doing that. No. As men, you can actually set order. And how men set order is just really what we reward, right? And what I mean by that is this. You don't have to tell a woman to stop dressing a certain way. You don't have to tell her that. Because this is what women do by nature. I've learned this. If you as men, if we shun a woman that dresses a certain way, if we shun a woman that puts a bunch of tattoos all on her, right? If we shun certain piercings, if we shun certain, the mouth, and we shun certain things they're doing, and we all turn our attention as men, we talking about as a collective, to women who don't do that, and now all the men are dating and actually marrying those women, those same women that's doing that, what you're talking about that you don't like, they will immediately stop doing that. And they will turn into that woman that y'all are marrying because they want to get married too. Not all women want to be out here just bopping it up now. No, a lot of women actually want to get married. Even in this stage, in 2024, yes, some women still want to get married, okay? So it's on y'all. See, when y'all, you can't say in one instance, men, yeah, you don't like the way they dress and the way they come across, but yet you in their face. You sending a mixed signal. You telling them I'm attracted to that. But women need to also understand the difference between lust and actual genuine attraction. Yes, men will lust after you. Of course they will. It don't matter how you look. It don't matter about your weight. Men will lust after that. Because you got some women say, well, I look this way, and men, no. Men will lust. Men have a very low propensity when it comes to lust and having sex with somebody. Trust me, don't look at men's lust for you as a good thing. Trust me, that's a horrible thing. But if a man's genuinely attracted to you and actually wants you to be his girlfriend and be his wife and say, man, you look like somebody I can marry, then that's something you want to take pride in. You feel me? So men, you have to set social order back what it is. It's on you. It's not the women's job. If you want to save our children, it's on the men to set things right with our children. Because you got to think about it. You complain about the laws. Who made the laws? Men. Men made these laws. So men got to get on other men and say, hey, these laws got to change. If you want us to start getting married again, you want us to start having families, then you got to change these laws. And right now, it looks like men will probably have a better time now to make some changes with some of this, especially with the new administration that's about to come in. This is the time men need to start saying something, right? But all hope is not lost for the family. All hope is not lost. But if you don't fix the traditional family, I promise you, this nation will be destroyed, and it's going to be on the men. And the reason why I say it's going to be on the men is because you are in charge. You're supposed to be the